Don't panic. There's nothing.
It's Motivation Monday.
Ooh, Motivation Monday. Mojo Monday.
Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
So what, it's Monday. We got a big week ahead of us.
Big. There's no bigger week than this week.
No. So let's touch up on a subject. We have a really cool guest on Wednesday. He's a coach and a huge agent for a huge captive. And this week, we are going to talk a little bit about having a unified vision with not only the agency, but with your staff. And Mr. Craig, kind of take it away. What is a unified vision?
Well, you can't just say, hey, the goals are this, and you are going to make a bunch of money if you do this, because that isn't very exciting. And they don't necessarily care about the money, right? The staff doesn't care about the money. And this comes up a lot in the different Facebook groups, in the Insurance Dudes group, or even some of the other groups that we're part of is, hey, what are you doing? How are you motivating? What's the comp? And at the end of the day, the first thing that you should be doing is asking your team what motivates them. Ask them what if you could have anything right now, what would you want? Ask them. They're going to tell you. And if they don't tell you, then say, come on, tell me. You keep talking to them, and you should be at the point where you're close enough with your team members that you can ask these kind of questions and they're going to be honest with you. We have good culture at my office. I know you've got a great culture too. So everybody kind of knows everybody's business in our offices. And it's very easy for them to feel comfortable about talking about those things. So once you know what they want, then you're going to align that with the vision that you have for your company, right? If your company, if you're planning on growth, well, then what do you need to do to grow, right? That's the easy part, is just map out the numbers and work backwards. Right.
Yep.
All the way down to the dials, because that's where it starts.
But
that's what I see it as.
Totally. And I would look at it like, what's the most motivating factor in a sales process? It's the emotion behind it, right? It's that feeling like I always use the purse example when we talk about sales, because you look at a Louis Vuitton purse that's a $10 piece of leather, right?
Be careful.
Maybe $10. Well, it probably costs $10 to make, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not going to cost much more than that. Let's be honest. So it's $10, right? But they sell for thousands, and the value is there for whoever buys it, right? Yeah. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But the reason why I wanted to bring up that example of the purse is because the value that you see in that, it's driven by emotion. And that's where I was going with it, Mr. Craig.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
I'm getting old.
It's okay. I'm used to it. Happens to me daily.
But the emotional drive is why we buy stuff, why we buy into stuff. The reason why your staff or anybody around you would buy into anything that you're saying is it's emotionally based, right? So that unified vision has to be emotionally based, that everybody buys into, that they're all going for the same thing, this big vision that you guys are all in this giant, rowboat, and you guys are rowing towards the same goal,
same direction,
and you can achieve it, and everybody's fired up. I mean, that is so important to have in the agency or any winning team, is to have that unified vision.
Yep. What did Dale Carnegie said? It's people don't remember the words you say, they remember how you made them feel. I think it's Dale Carnegie. It's somebody like that. If not, then sorry, whoever you are that said that. But
right. Well, Craig's saying it now.
Yeah, I said it. It's me. So, I mean, think about that. They don't remember what you said. People get all wrapped around, get all bent sideways in their brain about what do I say? I'm going to say the wrong thing and look stupid. It's like, nah, man, it doesn't matter what you say. It matters how you make them feel. If
100%.
what you say conveys this emotion of trust, this emotion of like, yeah, being motivated and going for it and wanting to win, then you're going to win. You've won because you've transferred that emotion. So to earlier to what I was saying is, you identify what they need, and then you tie the emotion that's going to get them there, right? Then you draw that pathway for them. You show them it can be done, because so many people will naturally say, man, you can't do it. Man, it's impossible. Well, we're not going to be able to do it, right? When you tell them, like when you tell somebody, oh, we're going to write 20K today, people look at you like you're crazy, right? But then we get it done. Not every day, but there's those days where you have 20K. Some people do 20K in a month. And, it's not that anybody's any better than anybody else. It's that, hey, maybe there's some fundamentals that we're working on, and we've tied that emotion, and the team believes, like they believe. We used to do, a couple thousand a day, 3,000 a day. And it was like, they thought that was great. Now, if we do 3 or 4, 5,000, it's not a great day. And everybody's disappointed because they've leveled up. They have a whole different mindset on it. And, I've been fortunate enough to be able to help tie that emotion for them so they do it. They get inspired and they do it. And it's a lot of fun. Makes it fun.
Yep, makes it totally fun. And everybody's on the same team towards the same goal.
Yeah.
I would definitely challenge every agency out there. Like, if there's one actionable thing this week, get all on the same page, get fired up, get that unified vision as a team, and start rowing and go towards that goal on weekly bases. You know what I mean? You know, we're already halfway through the year.
That's crazy.
Don't wait to the end of the year to try to make moves. Like, just handle it in small chunks. This week, if you guys can get that unified vision, I guarantee you it'll be a game changer.
Yeah. And it won't happen tomorrow, but it's just like, you remember the Jamie Alderton episode, the bodybuilder in England that goes in the ocean?
Yes.
He gave such a great example of, he has this pull-up bar by his house, and he would walk by it every day. And he said, I'm going to do 3 pull-ups every day, before I'd go jump in the freezing ocean in England.
Yep.
And so he started doing it. He said, like, a year later, he looked in the mirror and his deltoids or whatever that develops were like ripped. And I'm like, well, you're probably doing some other stuff too. But at the end of the day, it was like, well, it's because you just went and did these 3 pull-ups every day. But over the course of a year, that's 9,000 pull-ups, right? It starts adding up. And so, you may not even have goodwill. I mean, I was at a point where none of my staff gave a crap. It can go from terrible to fantastic, but it takes baby steps to get there. So
that's it.
If you're in a spot where you're not feeling confident about the agency or confident in what's going on, you got to take the first step. And nothing's going to happen. But slowly that needle will move, right, Mr. Jason?
That's right. Do it today. Get that unified vision this week. We have a great one on Wednesday about with the coach.
Who is it?
You tell Mr. Randy Thompson.
Randy Thompson.
And then a week recap as Coffee Talk. And this is our new format. Motivational Monday. We're going to have an inspiring story from business owners / agents. And then recap the week with our coffee talk.
Oh, it's a coffee talk. And if you want to get notified so that you don't forget, all you got to do is subscribe.
Please subscribe. Please.
Yeah. And
it's the lifeblood of this happening.
Give it a little review.
Sure.
Yeah. And that is Mojo Monday. Motivational Monday.
Motivational Monday.
Ooh. Thank you, Mr. Jason.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.